Welcome, everyone, to the Board of Commissioners regular meeting, November the 2nd, 2021. At this time, I will ask the City Clerk, Beth Davis, to please call the roll.
Commissioner Jeff Sanford.
Here.
Commissioner Mark Haslam.
Here.
Mayor Tom Watson.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Larry Maglinger.
Here.
Commissioner Bob Glenn.
Here.
The next item on the agenda is the invocation and the pledge. Commissioner Glenn. We're going to stand, if you don't mind.
Stand, and as your custom, bow with me for a word of prayer and meditation. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for the multifaceted blessings of living in the greatest city in America, Owensboro, Kentucky. Lord, we have so many blessings to thank you for, from the abundant harvest of our crops in the fields, the great economic conditions our community is experiencing even in the midst of the pandemic, the fact that we live in one of the safest communities in the state of Kentucky, and more importantly, Lord, that we have a community in whole. We have great schools, great neighbors, great friends, and we have a community that we love and cherish, and we give those blessings unto you. Finally, we thank you for the protection that you provided from temperate weather this year. And we also ask for your special blessing tonight on this gathering. Help us to be a symbol of beacon of democracy for open and free discussion, and to provide the enlightenment and guidance for us to make decisions that are pleasing unto you. In Jesus' holy name, amen.
Amen.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Tom.
Okay, the first item on the agenda is a proclamation. I'm going to come out front and read it, please, and recognize all these wonderful people, if I can get all their names right. That first one's a killer. Brenda. We've had multiple discussions on how to pronounce it. We'd like to recognize some board members. If I leave somebody out, it's Brenda's fault, okay? Brenda Knollenberger. I was just going. Somebody told me wrong. It was Beth. All right, Ashton Warren. Yes. She's a hospice charitable giving coordinator. Neil Ford, chairman of hospice. Dr. Tom Maddox, media past chair. Pam Smith Wright, board member. Beth Davis, board secretary. Mark Is it says it doesn't have an N, is it? Oh, there's no A in there. McAnulty, vice chair, and Tina Sawyer, chief operating officer. Heber?
Sorry, Heber.
Huh?
Sorry, Heber.
Thanks, Beth. I appreciate you. Okay, the City of Owensboro hereby proclaims, whereas hospice care and palliative care employees empower people to live as fully as possible, surrounded and supported by family and loved ones despite serious and life-limiting illness. And whereas hospice care and palliative care brings patients and family givers the highest quality of care delivered by an interdisciplinary team of skilled professionals that includes physicians, nurses, social workers, certified nurses assistants, spiritual care providers, bereavement care providers, and others who make the wishes of each patient and family a priority. And whereas through pain management and symptom control, caregiver training and assistance, and emotional and spiritual support, hospice care and palliative care allow patients to live fully and make more meaningful moments until the end, surrounded and supported by the faces of loved ones, friends, and committed caregivers. Whereas each year, hospice nationwide save Medicare billions of dollars by providing solutions for physicians, care to patients, and comfort to families anywhere at any time. And whereas every year, more than 1.5 million Americans living with life-limiting illness and their families receive care from the nation's hospice programs in communities throughout the United States. And whereas hospice and palliative care providers encourage all people to learn more about options of care and to share their wishes with family, loved ones, and their healthcare professionals. Now, therefore, I, Thomas Hart Watson, Mayor of the City of Owensboro, do hereby proclaim November 2021 as National Hospice and Palliative Care Month in the City of Owensboro and encourage citizens to increase their understanding and awareness of care at the end of life and to share and observe the month with appropriate activities and programs. Signed and sealed this second day of November 2021. Grip and grin time. Come on up. Knolenberg,
Nolenberg, that's it. You got it.
Tom Watson.
Nice to meet you.
Just plain Tom Watson. Come on around over here. Yeah. Oh, you on this thing too? Oh, okay. All right. Watch out. Sorry about your luck. Nick Leland's taking the picture. Please address the people. Just go to the mic. Thank you all very much for what you do. Thank you. I do apologize for butchering anybody's name, so you please state your name and address for the record, please.
It's Brenda Knolenberg, and my address is 1400 Waverly Place, Owensboro, Kentucky. And thank you, Mayor Watson and the city commissioners, for this proclamation. We are just so grateful for that, and so grateful to be able to serve the citizens of Owensboro with hospice and palliative care. It is a wonderful service, and we don't take that lightly. It's a calling for most of us, I would say for all of us that work at hospice and that serve on the board, to be able to serve patients in their final stages of life. And our mission is helping individuals live with dignity through the final stages of life. And it really is such a privilege to serve. And another thing that just really makes me really proud of what we do is we are governed by a local board. Our board members live and work in the communities that we serve, and I think that's so important because they know and understand our communities when they're making decisions about governing hospice and palliative care of Western Kentucky. And as a nonprofit, we use our mission to make decisions on the care that we provide. And so again, our mission is helping individuals live with dignity through the final stages of life. So thank you again. It is a privilege to serve the people of Owensboro, and we just really appreciate the proclamation.
You're very welcome. And I can speak from personal experience. My mom used hospice, not for very long, but it was, and I visited many friends out there, and it's kind of the gold standard for people. If you've not ever been out there, it's really a beautiful, so serene place, and we're very blessed to have you in our community, and we appreciate you very much. Okay, you can leave because the next part's boring. You're welcome. McAnulty. I got it now. Knolenberg. Okay, item 5 on the agenda is business. We're going to determine the eligibility under KRS 96.5302C and ratification of appointment of Tamara R. Willis. This time I'll ask the city clerk to please read the rest of this.
Thank you, Mayor. The Mayor and Board of Commissioners of the City of Owensboro, as the appointing authority, hereby determines pursuant to KRS 96.5302C that Tamara R. Wilson, 1, is a resident of Davis County, Kentucky, 2, possesses qualifications and expertise that would benefit and be in the best interest of the City Utility Commission, and 3, that she, A, is not employed by, B, is not serving in any fiduciary or agency capacity with, and C, does not possess an ownership interest in a direct supplier or direct competitor of the City Utility Commission, and that Tamara R. Wilson is eligible for appointment to the City Utility Commission. Accordingly, the appointment of Tamara R. Wilson to the City Utility Commission is hereby ratified. Introduced, publicly read for approval on one reading the second day of November 2021.
Thank you. I'll make a motion to ratify this appointment. Could I have a second, please?
Second.
Okay, any discussion? You have something? I will tell you, this is kind of clean up on aisle 4, something, we had to do some things to try and get an appointment from someone that, and we changed the boundaries a little bit and went through the legislature and got a bill passed so that if you have 5 members, you can have 3, you can appoint 2 that are not inside the service district, but inside your county, you know, and it becomes more and more difficult to get on a board like this that's so complicated, you know, to actually find people that have the time and the intellectual capital to do this. And she's an employee at Southern Star, and she's a CFO and very, very well qualified. And we were happy to do that. DJ Johnson championed that bill for us, and so this this makes it official. City Manager, do you have anything?
No, Mayor, I was going to make similar comments to what you just made, that in September we changed our ordinance regarding the City Utility Commission, which is the OMU board. It was changed pursuant to a state law earlier in this legislative session. So we changed our ordinance correspondingly to match the state statute. And so this appointment was made in accordance with the change to ordinance and statute.
Okay, great. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Thank you. Item 5B, Ms. Davis.
Consider approval of minutes dated October 19, 2021.
I'll consider a motion, please.
Motion.
Could I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Thank you. Item 5C, consider the appointments, Audubon Area Neighborhood Alliance, Robert E. Shell, to a 2-year term effective November the 2nd, 2021. Owensboro Parks and Recreation Advisory Board, reappoint Altoff Merchant to a 2-year term effective November the 2nd, 2021, and reappoint Chip Pride to a 2-year term effective November the 8th, 2021, and reappoint Rafe Buckner to a 2-year term effective November the 22nd, 2021. I'll make a motion to approve these appointments. Could I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Thank you. Item 6 is ordinance, second reading. We have none. Item 7, ordinance, first reading. There will be no vote. Ms. Davis.
Ordinance 15-2021, an ordinance annexing to the City of Owensboro certain unincorporated territory in the County of Davis, adjoining the present boundary line of the city, being property located at 5369 Old Hartford Road, containing 43.988 acres, more or less, at the request of Deer Valley Subdivision, LLC, introduced and publicly read on first reading the second day of November 2021.
Thank you very much. City Manager, would you please explain?
I'm happy to, Mayor. Thank you. This is first reading of an ordinance annexing into the city approximately 44 acres located at 5369 Old Hartford Road. This is a consensual annexation, so the property owner has submitted a signed consent form requesting the commission to take this action. The property is owned by Deer Valley Subdivision, LLC, which is an affiliate or subsidiary of Jago Homes. Jago is, of course, an experienced developer and builder who has built thousands of homes and invested millions of dollars in Owensboro and surrounding areas. The company plans 137 homes in this development, which will be called Pebblewood. Their continued investment in our community is very much appreciated. We will consider a typical annexation incentive at the next meeting with second reading of this annexation ordinance. I was asked, Mayor, if I could just to clarify, because it's under the LLC of Deer Valley Subdivision. However, that is not in any way located near or contiguous to the Deer Valley subdivision, which is out in, what's that?
Masonville.
Masonville, right on, out on 231. So I guess they're using that same name, but it's not the same location.
Good, I wouldn't have known that. Okay. Any other discussion? Hearing none. Okay. What's wrong?
I just had a quick question about the location, the physical location, that I wanted to ask our city manager, if I may. Is that okay? So the physical location of this, you go out on Hartford Road, and it's open farmland. If I looked it up on Zillow, it looks like it's just open farmland. So are there structures or buildings involved with this land, or is it just the land itself? In other words, are we buying somebody's homestead in addition to the land?
We're not buying it, of course. We're just
Well, they're
annexing
buying it.
Right, it's a farm. I tell you the truth, I think there's a farmhouse on it, but I don't know if that building will be demolished or not.
Yeah, because I saw that on the thing. I was looking at it before the meeting. Okay. I just wondered, because at first I thought it was somewhere else, and then I looked and saw it's farmland. So,
Might be a
thank
question.
you, Mayor.
Might be a question for Jagos.
Yes, it would. Yes, it would. Thank you both.
Okay, item 8, municipal orders. Ms. Davis.
Municipal Order 39-2021, a municipal order authorizing and directing the city attorney's office to proceed with action to collect outstanding debts owed to the city of Owensboro, including judicial action if deemed appropriate, introduced and publicly read for approval on one reading the second day of November 2021.
Thank you. I'll make a motion to approve. Could I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you. City Manager, please discuss.
Actually, Mayor, City Attorney Mark Pfeiffer will brief the commission on this item.
I recognize City Attorney Mark Pfeiffer then.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
Of course, the reason we file these mass foreclosures is to try to collect delinquent property taxes. Property owners who do pay their taxes are kind of forced to bear the burden of all of these owners who aren't paying their property taxes. We also want to collect on nuisance abatement liens that have been filed against property owners who are not maintaining their property appropriately. We've identified 56 properties in the city with sufficient unpaid taxes or nuisance abatement liens to include in the mass foreclosure. About 1 month ago, Kim Tigner and I sent letters to property owners informing them of our intent to foreclose. Several owners have responded indicating that they want to pay on their delinquent taxes, and the finance department is currently working with them in an effort to help them avoid the foreclosure. The remaining properties that aren't being paid on have been divided into 2 groups. We will file a petition to foreclose on the first group before the end of this year, and then the rest of the properties will go into a second foreclosure action to be filed in 2022. It's been 3 years since a mass foreclosure action has been filed. A lot of times what you see are A lot of times what you see are properties where the owner is now deceased and the property is vacant or neglected, or the properties have been demolished and we need to get them into the hands of a new owner who can put the properties to a productive use.
Good. Any discussion? Okay. City Manager, you have anything to add? Okay, thank you. Hearing no more discussion, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Thank you. Item 9, City Manager items.
Mayor, we have no appointments this evening, and I have no comments.
We're going to pay you whether you comment or not, so, nothing you want to comment on?
Not
What
tonight.
about all the new stuff that's going on in the building?
It's a work in progress, but it's looking better already.
It's open, it feels like it's a lot bigger than it without those.
The lobby in particular seems a lot bigger without that
1939
desk.
panels, that thing's gone. Very nicely done. Okay, communication from elected officials. Commissioner Glenn.
Thank you, Mayor. So I wanted to first off thank the Northwest Alliance. They hosted a trunk or treat event that I attended, and I think Commissioner Castlin attended on Saturday. It was a very nice event. I think the kids had a good time. I think the parents had a good time. It was a very nice event. A little chilly out, but other than that, it was great. And I want to thank that alliance for their effort, along with the community problem-solving group that was also involved. This past week, attended the viewing and did not attend the service for Diane McFarling. If you don't know who Diane was, she was a very active, important person in the drug and alcohol counseling community, a part-time faculty member at just about every college in town, and just a wonderful person. And she died of pneumonia this past 2 weeks, and she was a great citizen in our community. She deserves to be remembered, and so I did want to mention her passing because it was sudden and unexpected. On the positive side, I wanted to congratulate, even though they're technically across the border from us, Davis County High School soccer team. They had an amazing year. They took third place in the state. They defeated an undefeated North Hardin team on their home field to get to the semifinals at Frederick Douglass High School, and had an incredible season, one step away from the championship. We got high school football coming up, and I think this may be the best year we've had for our 4 high school football teams in our area. So I want to wish good luck to Catholic, who's number 6 in their division, Apollo, who's number 17, Davis County, ranked number 9, and Owensboro, ranked number 4 in the state in 5A. I think they're all going to do great in the playoffs, and I wish those young men and their coaches well. And then finally, we've got the Veterans Parade coming up this Saturday, so I would encourage our community to come out and support our veterans, as we always do. It should be a great event. Dress warmly. We're told the weather forecast is for cool weather. And that's all I have. Thank you, Mayor.
Thanks, Mayor. Just a couple things. I wanted to congratulate the Owensboro Catholic Marching Band on their first place win. I think it was in last weekend in Lexington. And those kids work extremely hard. I know their parents are very proud of them. And I just wanted to give a congratulations there. Also, I attended last night. I went to a concert at the Sports Center. Like, haven't been to too many concerts there, but I used to play there a little bit. But anyway,
But you've been to a lot of concerts. So.
But I just wanted to give Laura and her staff kudos, because they did a great job. There was a lot of people there, a lot of people from Owensboro, but I noticed a lot of people from out of town. So on a Monday night, it's great to have people coming into Owensboro spending money, and that's what it's there for. And they did a really wonderful job. So kudos to her, and she's doing a great job, her and her staff. And that's it.
So who was at the concert?
RL Speedwagon.
So what song is they're famous for?
I'm going to keep on loving you. I'm gonna. I'll let Larry sing it, not me.
I knew Rod would have something to say about this.
Riding the storm out.
Yeah, there you go. That's another one.
What is it?
Riding the storm out. If you heard it, you'd know it.
Yeah, you know it.
So Buck Owens and that bunch don't sing that song?
No.
Go ahead then. You're hot, Commissioner Castle.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
I'm going to kind of piggyback on what Bob said earlier. He and I both went down to Kendall Perkins Park for the trunk or treat, had a great time. Lots of children there. I would guess probably 150, 200 kids showed up. And I had about 10 bags of candy, and it went.
You stole all the kids' candy?
Well, no, they wouldn't part with it. I tell you, they held their bags pretty tight. But also, I got an invitation from Mr. Travis Owsley. He had started as one of the developers at Cedarhurst Assisted Living. He's one of their I don't know really what his title is, but anyway, he invited me.
Mr. Owsley?
Yes. Yeah. He invited me to come and speak to the elderly and those needing assistance there at Cedarhurst. And it was very heart-touching to get to spend that time with people that are kind of, held up in a place like that where they're alone and don't have a lot of people to visit with. And so you might remember any elderly friends or family that are, you know, in an assisted living place like that, don't forget to pay them a visit in the future. Anyway, that's pretty much
Yeah,
it, Mayor.
and if you can get a hold of Randy Lanham, he goes and plays at a lot of the skilled nursing facilities. And they'll get them in the community room, and it is fabulous. I mean, you know, they're in a wheelchair and they're patting their foot, and Randy is just a true gem for our community. So it is someone that's spent a lot of time in and out of nursing homes the last 50 years. I can tell you, anytime you get a little extra involvement or anything different, you know, for people that are in those situations is really important. Well, is that oh, excuse me, Mayor Pro Tem.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
I want to thank Harry Pedigo with the St. Benedict's Homeless Shelter for working with all of the homeless people down at the riverbank and finding them a place. I want to thank him. And in fact, all of our homeless shelters do a great job for this community. And I want to thank them all. Thank you.
You're welcome. I want to piggyback on the Veterans Parade. You need to be there. I think maybe 1% of America serves at this time. So the ones that have served, it's pretty important. And on, I'd like to piggyback on Jeff. What'd you say the first thing? Oh, the band. I used to broadcast radio football games and coach football at Catholic, and I remember having a team out there really, really hot, and they were complaining about how hard the ground was and just miserable. So I took them over to the parking lot where the band was practicing on the asphalt. I didn't hear more lip all the rest of the time. They do a fabulous job, and it's a kind of a thankless thing, but the participation is greatly appreciated. And I want to thank City Manager Nate Pagan, to piggyback on Pro Tem, when we had to, I guess, clear the trees out there on by English Park. All of us kind of said, you know, we need to try and help them, and Nate went and got him a little stipend from the city, which was really heartfelt by Harry and his group down there. And I want to publicly thank Nate Pagan for, you know, he's a little tight, you know, kind of like 2 coats of paint. That's about how tight he is. But he jumped right in and helped them financially, and that was a big deal. And I just want you to know we all appreciate it. So, okay. Well, now we're going to go into closed session. I'll make a motion to enter into closed session under KRS 61.8101B for discussion on the future acquisition or sale of real property by public agency. I need a second, please.
Second.
Okay, and there'll be no action taken for the press. So, all in favor indicate by saying aye. 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 Okay, closed session.